Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up from Ohio, and I'm coming to bring you a video. Haven't been on in a couple weeks. I had a total knee replacement. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. And so I haven't been in my craft room. I haven't been able to get down the steps until the last couple of days. I feel really more comfortable doing that. So now I'm off doing that and trying to get back to normal with my stamping and things like that. Although I did work a little bit, took some stuff upstairs and set on my dining room table while I was up there, and got a little bit of stuff done prior to getting to be able to be back down here. I had planned some little things to do, and you know, just some stuff I had put back that I haven't done, and got all that done. I felt pretty good about doing that. I feel good outside of my surgery, even though it's been 2 weeks tomorrow. Getting along great. Had very little pain, and just doing really good. Being very, very blessed about all of this, and just saw God's hand in all of it, and not giving me the pain and letting me heal and stuff. So I'm anxious Friday when I go back for my 2-week checkup to see what the doctor says. But anyway, let's get on to Stampin' Up now. Enough about me. I'm going to make sure I have you in focus on my iPad so that when I bring the camera down, I'll be able to see everything. I do want to tell you to remember that you can get the frame florets, fitting florets, stamp sets and that right now if you want the paper and that, because it will not go into the new catalog, which starts January 4th, I believe. And but anyway, that is about the only thing I say that's going on right now. I'm hoping to come back with a few things and do a couple little videos here and there. I'm going to try just to do some different little things in that. So I hope you can bear with me. One thing, if you want to get the notifications, hit that subscribe button and the notifications, and you'll be able to be notified that when I'm on, you'll be able to see all that. And another thing, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Share my video. I would love that. All of that helps my business in itself of getting out on YouTube. And I'd like to do that. I'd also like to express that if you do not have a demonstrator and you would like to order Stampin' Up, I would love to help you with that. If you need the new mini catalog that's going to be coming out in January, and the new celebration catalog that'll be good January and February, which is for every $50 you spend, or $100 for some of the things, you get to pick something free. So if you would need those catalogs, you have no one to get them from, let me know. You can always visit my online store. If you would like to join Stampin' Up, I would love for you to join my team. It's small right now, but I want it to grow, and the only way I can get it to grow is get team members. So I'm asking that if you would like to join Stampin' Up, if you'd like to just give me a chance to be your team leader, I would so much appreciate it. And you can leave me a comment or get a hold of me at my email, which is Rita Holmes, my name, Rita Holmes 72 at gmail.com, or Rita Holmes 0611 at gmail.com. You can email me to either one of those addresses and I'll be able to get that, or leave a comment here. I'm going to turn the camera down. You will see my host code for November, which is only for a couple more days, and that is if you order from the online store, I'd appreciate if you use that. You also will see the address for my online store. So I am going to turn the camera, so bear with me, shut your eyes or whatever, and you're going to see the camera switch. You're going to see all my junk, not really junk, but all my goodies. And we're going to turn the camera. How's that? That was pretty soft. And this is the card I'm going to do. I call it the Country Jar Christmas card. I gotta make sure I get down on I just stood up. I'm gonna make sure I don't roll out from under my seat. I do not need to fall on the floor after having knee surgery. That would not be a good idea. I think my husband would frown on it too. So, I gotta be a good girl. Here is the card that we are going to do. If you join my Facebook group, here is also my host code and my website, my online store. I hope you can see that. Could bring my camera down just a hair more, maybe. Doesn't want to come down though. It's being contrary to me. And then we need to scoot it over also, maybe. Watch me flip it on out of here. There we go. Maybe that helped, I hope. But anyway, here is my PDF. That is over on my Facebook page, Stamp Crazy VIP. As of all of my PDFs are on there for cards that you see on here, usually have a PDF that go with them. And they are on my Facebook group page, Stamp Crazy VIP. They're under the file section. And whatever I titled this, like Country Jar Christmas card, that's exactly the name of the file. That would be in alphabetical order over on the Facebook page. So there we go. And here's what's coming in January, which I can't open, but it's pretty, isn't it? Especially if you love purple. If you love the purples, that's the catalog for you. It's awful purpley. But that is what is coming out in January to April. And here's the celebration. It says it starts January 5th to February 28th. And this catalog has the stuff in it that is free, either for a $100 order or a $50 order. For every $50 you spend, it can be any catalog. It can be the mini catalog. It can be the annual catalog. As long as it's current, you can order from it. Okay? So I just wanted to show you those. If you order from me and have ordered in the last 6 months, you will be getting a catalog in the mail. That will be done. I'm going to finish that out tonight so that those will be sent out through Stampin' Up. And you should get them by the 1st of January so that you'll have them with you to see everything. Okay? So here we go. Let's go with our card. It's a little country jars. Isn't it cute? What I used for that is all kinds of stuff. I used the Peaceful Deer stamp for the Merry Christmas. And then on the inside, it says, sending love and peace this season, which is in the Peaceful Deer also. So those stamps came out of here. Then I used the jar of flowers, which is this jar right here. And I stamped the 3 jars. And then I punched them out with the jar punch. The green leaf and this little white flower looking, I think it looks like cotton to me, but I punched out of the bow punch. And then the little red looks like berries, and that's what I put on the inside of the card right here. Came from the die set Organic Beauty dies, because I wanted something to kind of look like berries, so that is what I picked. So we are going to be using all of this tonight. And then I used the little flat, they're called flat Jingle Bell trinkets. And as you can see, how big they are. And that they're very flat. See how flat they are? So I just put a glue dot on the back of them and put them on my card. In a couple of days, we're going to have our last chance sale start out of our mini holiday catalog that's ending, and these I think are like 20% off or something like that. They are on sale. So, and there's a lot of sale items, so I will be getting that out to you If you need it and you need me to email it to me, please send me your email address and I'll just send you the whole list of the whole catalog and you can see that, okay? So we have that on there, and then we have some, I lost it, linen thread, which I'm almost out of. Hope it's enough to make 3 bows, because that's important. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started on our cards. And I'll show you what I did. Also, the paper that I used, I forgot to tell you that, is from the, what's it called? It's the candy cane. I call it the candy cane paper. It's this paper right here with the candy canes. And it's called Sweetest Christmas. And this piece that I'm using, which is the dots on one side and the stripes on the other. And that is what I'm using for the base of my card. Now, I cut my cards very easy. No 8s or anything like that. I have my card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4, which folds that in half. And I'm going to just burnish that. I'm going to bring my camera in a little bit because I tend to work at the bottom of my table so that I don't lose you. So anyway, we have that. I have a piece of shaded spruce, and it is 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to be just glued down to the cardstock, along with the piece of DSP is cut 5 by 3 3/4. I'm knocking things on the floor. So I need to pick them up, because it is part of what we need to do. So this is 5 by 3 3/4. That's just going to go on the front of here. So let's go ahead and glue those together. We can put them on the card, and that way it will be out of our way. Or semi out of our way. Out of our way enough. So we're just going to add this to the front. And then what we'll do is we'll take and we'll add this to the card front. So let's just go ahead and put this down. And I'm just going to burnish that a little bit. Do this instead of my hand. It's felt on one end. It's actually made for the Stamparatus, instead of having to rub with your hands all over to use that. But I like to use it on my cards also. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take and we're going to stamp. And you just need scrap to stamp your jars. I know these don't look big enough, but they are. And I'm going to use basic gray. I did not want it really black. I wanted it a little bit softer than the black. So I took my basic gray. And let's just ink that up. Looks like black, doesn't it? Basic gray is pretty dark, so. Okay, and I want to use it 2nd generation, which means I do not want to, I want it stamped off, but since I just stamped the jar over there, I'm going to go ahead and stamp it over here on my white, because I didn't want that to look as stark on the white, because I wanted you to be able to see the lettering. So there we go. So I'm going to take the Merry Christmas, and what I did a no-no actually. I took my Merry Christmas and I just cut it in between so I could stack them like this And sometimes I do that with my stamps. I know some people get all bent out of shape when you do stuff like that, but it doesn't bother me. It's my stamp. I wouldn't do that to anybody else's. So I stamp my Merry Christmas. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my card base, and I'm going to stamp the inside of that also. So let's open up the card. And I'm just going to stamp sending. My S didn't look really inked as well. Sending love and peace this season. I like that saying really well. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take one of my red punches that I did. Let's close the stamp pad because I'll stick something in it. I'm always good for that. So I'm going to turn this over to the back side. And I'm just going to add some drops on each of the little round, what I call the berry. And then I'll put just a little down here. Couple little drops here and there. Turn it over, and I think I'm going to put this up here by the saying. I like it up there. And there we go. That's the inside of our card that we will be sending. So now let's turn it back over. We'll take our jar punch first. And we're going to go ahead and just punch these jars up, and they line up so well. Turn that over, put the other side in. These were scraps of paper that I had in my drawer, because I keep all my scraps, and I keep them by, like all the Regals together, all the Settles together. And these were just the right size for what I needed to do. I was impressed. Okay, let's take the white one. Let's go ahead and punch it also. And they're just the right size. There's no waste, really. That's why you need to save your scraps. You never know when you're going to get that perfect piece to do something with. So let's throw those away. I already did my punching. So I have 3 of the greens out of the, let me get it, out of the bow punch. I have 3 of the green. And I have 3 of the white. Well, I actually have 4 here. That's because I was punching extra stuff. And that's on here also. So those 2 come off of that bow punch. And then I have 1 berry, which will go on my center card, that came off of that die set. Now you can use any kind of leaf, any kind of stuff that you might have. If you don't have exactly what I have, you could do that. It would work just fine. You know, we don't have to be, we're not going to call the Stampin' Police if you're not just right with what I have, you know. So here we're going to take, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lay the white over the green. And I'm going to take my jar, and I'm going to put this kind of where I think I will want it. I'm going to turn it over and hold it. And you see I got both stems showing, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to glue that. I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and just put over that. And it seals it good. So there's one. Let's take the other, do the other green. We're going to do the exact same thing. Just lay those together. Make sure you can see all that on the front. Then I'm going to flip it over. Take another piece of tape. Tape it. And make sure you don't see my tape from the front. Just on the back. There's those two. Now let's rearrange this a little bit. So I'm going to take my green with my red, and then I'm going to take my white. But what I like to do is I like to make sure when I put this, I'll show you here. I'm going to put this on my card, and I'm going to turn it over, and I like to make sure I see all three stems. And the reason being is because I want that tape to hit all three of them. So I see all three of them. You probably can't see the white one since it's white on white, but it's there. And I'm going to put a piece of tape across that and make sure it's across all three of them. And it is. There's the white, the green, and the red, and that holds them in. Okay? So now all I have to do, this is the easiest daggone card. Easy peasy. I'm going to add some glue to the green, and I'm just going to add it to the jar. I'm not going to add it to the leaves or anything. And I'm going to add that down on my card. Do the same with the other green. And I'm putting those two at an angle just because that's how I do things. Just because. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take it, I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of it so we can stick it up. So I'm going to add, I'm actually going to add 5. I want it to be really sturdy as it stands. So I'm going to put basically 4 corners and the center, like so. Press them down, make sure they're really stuck. Pull off the tabs. And then I'm going to bring that jar and I'm going to set it up. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my trinkets. Well, before we do that, let's make our little bows. And you see how curly this ribbon is? You can see how curly that is under the thing, under the camera. See how that is? I'm gonna move my camera down a minute so you can see the very end of my table. Let me see if that's far enough. Yes, that's far enough. And what I do is I just take and hold on to both ends. I have both ends held on to, and I run that down the side of my table. And therefore, it takes a lot of that curl. That one still wants to curl, so let's just do it some more. But see how it takes the curl out of that? So it takes the curl out of your ribbon. Let's scoot back a little bit. It takes the curl out of your ribbon so that you don't have so much of that to worry with. And then I'm going to tie my 3 bows. And it's nothing more than tying your shoe. But then again, I can have problems tying my shoe sometimes. Not because I don't know how to tie. Because my body doesn't like to bend. It's old. Old body, doesn't like to bend. Did I leave my scissors out? Yes, I did. So let me kind of trim this up. There's one. Let's do 2 more real quick. Well, that was not meant to do. And I'm not worried about if they're all the exact same size or not. That, you know, when things are handmade, we want it to look handmade. Not that we want a lot of mistakes in it, But if one bow is a little bit larger than the other bow, it's okay. You know, it's handmade. People expect things like that. I know when you're a perfectionist, though, and I used to be with my card making, but not anymore. And the reason being is because I found out that in the big scheme of things, people don't even notice half of the time. Okay, now let's open up our trinkets and hope I don't splatter them everywhere. There they are. What did I do with my... Here they are, my glue dots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my trinkets first. And I'm just going to stick a glue dot on the back of those. And I'm going to stick them on my little jars. So that's what we're going to do. These are the cutest little trinkets. Okay, there we go with those. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a glue dot on the back of my bow. So when I do that, when they're real thin like this, I try to roll that glue dot as I put it on there. I just roll it across there and bunch it up so that you can only see it to the back. And I'm going to put that right over the hole of the trinket. Like so. I feel like I say like so a lot. And therefore I'll roll this one. Just roll it up. What I mean is you put it on one end and just kind of push it, and it kind of just rolls itself so that you don't have to play with it so much. And I just make sure I got these down good. Let's do the center one. I did make a video the day before I had my surgery, and I made it, and I had it changed and uploaded, you know, to get ready to put on YouTube, and I forgot to put it on YouTube. Now the thing about that is it talks about a sale that we had that's already over. So I'm sorry about that, but I am going to load the video because the cards are quite cute, I think. And I think you might like to see them. So I am going to go ahead and load that video probably after I do this one, get this one done. There's my card. I call it the country jar because it reminds me of like a country Christmas. And then you just open it up. It says, Merry Christmas, sending love and peace this season. I just think that is just a really cute, very traditional looking Christmas card with the red and the green and the white, and but has that little country feel to it. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that you enjoy it. I thought it was a cute card. It's a quick card, which means if you haven't made your Christmas cards already and you need a quick card, this could be your quick card. You could like stamp all those jars and get them all punched out and ready, and same with the greenery in that, and just put them together pretty easy. So anyway, that's my card. I hope you guys enjoy it. I am so glad to be back, and I'm hoping that I will be on here a little more. I'm going to try. I'm not going to promise anything because you never know what tomorrow will bring, but I will try. And I hope you guys all have a blessed day, night, evening, whatever time it is that you watch this. And remember to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my channel. You can go over and join my Facebook group, which is Stamp Crazy VIP. And also, I would enjoy a thumbs up. But if you didn't like the video and if you feel the need to give me a thumbs down, that's okay too. Just if you would in the comments, explain to me why so that I can try to better what I'm doing. Until next time, have a great night or day or evening. Bye.